Welcome to the Apparition Paranormal Podcast, live right now on YouTube. Today's topics, Zak Bagans and the Haunted Museum and the Devil's Rocking Chair, ghost hunting apps on your phone and if they actually work. Talk about that a little bit. And then where we will be investigating a week from tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty. We are live on YouTube right now. Again, this is the second week in a row. A little bit late this time. Had some technical difficulties. We'll just call it that.
Yeah. Fat Boy's eating.
Yeah, that too. You're making a mess everywhere.
That's not a mess, man. It's like one piece of lettuce.
No, it's a mess for me.
Man.
All right. Start off. What's one thing paranormal related that happened to you this week?
Oh, nothing big. Just kind of lost track by now. I'll call it possession number 4 or 5. Again, last night. Instead of your mom getting possessed, it was me again. Remember that first story I told you? Where she said my eyes turned blue?
Yep.
Same thing happened once again yesterday. So what I need everybody at home to understand is right now when you're watching this channel, you're not just watching a couple of guys talk about paranormal and shit like that. You're literally watching a haunted experience, and well, you're really watching the aftermath at this point, but you're actually getting a glimpse into a haunted house as it's actually happening and by the homeowners. This isn't just somebody from the outside coming in. You're actually getting a glimpse of what it's like when something is happening to you. It's haunted. Really? It was annoying, of course.
Okay. I had my mic muted that whole time. So that's awesome.
You what?
So I had my mic muted that whole time. We could hear me, but I had my mic muted. So anyways,
I
okay.
hear you. I figured they could
So
hear you.
I'm going to go over this one more time. We have
I
this
salt.
right here.
What does that mean? That's superstitious. I know that.
We have this right here.
Throw it over
What is
my
this called?
shoulders.
What is this called again? I can't remember for the life of me. Listen, moral of the story. So if something comes around it like an energy
Periscope.
yeah, periscope, and if something touches around it, these lights will go off in the direction of the disturbance. And that was, like I said, that you guys didn't hear it anyways. That was featured on our last podcast. We decided to leave out the REM pod though because of how just annoying it was with the beeping.
Yeah. Well, if they didn't hear that, did they hear about what happened last night, or do I got to go through that again?
No. They heard you talking about that. Your mic wasn't muted. Mine was though, which is awesome.
You don't want to hear them anyway, right? I mean, that's why they call them the apparition. They're just like, oof, away with.
All right, so I'm gonna talk, I guess, something about something that happened to me in the paranormal world this week. Let's see. So from my bed, you can see the kitchen and shit, right? Basically, watching you eat slowly. I've been seeing a lot of figures, I guess, a lot of shapes and just disembodied
Here in the kitchen.
figures and stuff. Just
Down here.
I've been seeing a lot of just shadow figures going back and forth everywhere.
Yep, I see him up in the hallway, looking out our bedroom. Looking out the bedroom window, you know what I'm saying? No, through our bedroom door. there's like a nightlight ish kind of thing on our side of the wall. It's only like 3 or 4 feet from the frame of the door. And I swear to God, you would think there's a giant bug inside the casing of it to do the amount of blacking out that happens.
Right.
And actually last night, no, it was last night or the night before, I actually physically watched this thing walk from one side, as Ghost Adventures always clearly point out. I saw it go left to right, but really, that's what happened. It's fast, but it's enough to block the light out enough to catch your eye. And this happens so many times. We've used brand new bulbs. No matter what, I don't know if it's residual, if it's because maybe my grandmother walked by there a whole lot of times and it's residual energy, or maybe it's just trying to fuck with us. But if ghosts can learn anything, then just being a shadow walking by me, they should know by now that ain't gonna scare me.
I think it's more them
not
just
being in control of my body.
It's more them just making sure that we see them and we know that they are here with us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like every time I see one, it's not me. How do I put it? It's not me feeling like they're here to do anything wrong to us. You know what I mean?
Not always.
I don't get
time.
that kind of. Oh hey, so I just really quick. Emmy's viewing. Shoo, Emmy, what's up? Hey, comment down below.
Emmy.
Comment down below. Like and subscribe, sister.
Emmy.
Like and subscribe.
Hit the like and subscribe button.
So, anyways,
What are you doing?
I don't get that. I don't get that. That feeling, that they're here to instill any kind of fear or anything in us. It's just simply, they're making their presence known in a way that they can, and so many noises all the time.
Well, I hope you're not trying to talk like only ghosts in the house.
Emmy Barber, you got to get that changed. You go into your settings on your YouTube, Emmy, and
don't listen to him.
No. What do you mean? Her last name on YouTube right now is Barber.
Oh, you need to get that name changed. Never mind. Yeah.
Exactly. And yes, he's sitting here eating a sub.
Damn right.
Eating so late at night right now.
Hey, sorry.
Hey, Emmy, give the video a like, please, my guy. So anyways, let's get into more like, Jesse. Hey, we got some, I don't know if you got, no, move your elbow because it's kind of cutting it off a little bit. We got some, look at that. Bam.
Some activity going on.
Look at that.
No.
Oh yeah. Now that's aiming right at you, my guy.
So, which means it's aimed at, its attention is on me, maybe?
I don't know, it just switched over to me. I don't know.
So we haven't even begun to get into the large happenings of last night, but let's do some other topics before that while I'm eating, and then I'll be glad to do a rundown of that.
All right. Oh Jesus. Let's get into. You want to talk about paranormal apps on your phone and if they actually work?
Mm-hmm.
There's so many different. Right now, if you go down on your phone right now, go to your Google Store, whatever it's called, Google Play Store, or if you're on Apple, your Apple Store, and you just search up ghost hunting,
Ghost hunting equipment, paranormal investigation,
there's
anything like that.
Probably millions, maybe not millions, but dozens and dozens of different apps and stuff that you can download.
A whole lot of them.
Now, I'm skeptical of these apps just because they're on phones, and it's people trying to make money off of apps. You know what I mean? It could be just a random generated
some of them, yes.
words type thing. You know what I mean?
Not all, though. You know what I mean? When they first came out, I never trusted them a bit, because just for that reason, I always thought, all right, so these are all programmed phrases and sentences and words to just randomly come up. And when it happens once, it's oh wow. When it happens twice, it's a coincidence. But when it's accurately answering you 3 or more times, that and that in the scientific economy calls for it to be something that needs to be investigated and therefore unknown.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, see, so if I'm doing one of these apps, right, and I get direct answers back and not just some random word being spoken back to me, then maybe I'll believe it a little bit. But still, even at that, I'm very skeptical of it just because it's something you downloaded on your phone.
Yep.
There is no actual components in your phone really like there are in like actual paranormal investigating equipment that you buy off of like Ghost Stop or
and because
Amazon
of those reasons, a lot of times I'm even skeptic of the websites that I buy off.
What do you mean websites?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to mention names, but instead of, like the bigger names who are selling quote unquote real devices, real because they're saying it's real,
Right.
but there is a way to put one together yourself, right?
As far, what do you mean put together? You're talking about like just equipment?
Radio Hack Shack and.
Oh yeah, I mean you buy the device itself, and there's ways you can hack it, kind of in a way, to cut down on interference and stuff. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, because I mean,
kind of like what we did with the Spirit Box,
right?
So
all it does is go through all the channels as quick as possible, getting the smallest snippet as possible. So it's just all jumbled up, and so then the theory is during that, if you hear a clear word. Try to go more for like a sentence or a saying, because
right, or direct answer back to whatever you're asking about. Yes.
Then you could have something, and then if it continues, all right. Well, then it's a whole nother story.
Right now, how do I? So like the Spirit Box, right? That go into what you're talking about more. The Spirit Box is it sweeps radio frequency waves, right? Which gives spirits white noise to be able to communicate over. For some reason, it's just easier for them to communicate over white noise channel.
And white noise is that stuff that you hear when your girl starts talking to you.
And so when you get this device, it comes with an antenna coming out of the top to help catch the radio frequencies, right? If I'm getting this right. And so when you have that antenna in and it's sweeping through the radio stations, you will pick up on just say here 103.3 or whatever is Shred and Reagan in the morning and stuff, right? So if you're doing something in the morning, you might hear their voice come across as you sweep across that channel. And a lot of people that are unexperienced and don't know any better, oh my God, I just heard a voice,
Yeah.
So literally all you have to do after you buy this device, go on YouTube, search up how to remove the antenna.
Super easy.
Search up how to remove the antenna. Take that out. You no longer get any radio interference, which helps validate any voice that will come across there as you're sweeping across the station.
Save yourself $55.
It is, the evidence that we captured now off of that device is 100% without a doubt a spirit actually coming across trying to talk to us.
Yeah.
It is no longer questioning if that was a spirit trying to talk to us or if that was a radio station that we randomly picked up as we were sweeping through channels. Okay, let's get back on topic though. What are some of the like ghost apps that you've used? You have to have some on your phone right now, don't you?
Well, I was actually using one in the garage, waiting for the delivery guy just before you came in.
All right.
Perilous. Paralus.
All right, give me 1 second. I'll be right back, actually. I want to go grab this spirit. I don't know why I didn't think about that before. But go ahead and talk about the Perilous, and I'll be right back.
So the Perilous...
Also be careful with your elbow, because I just want to make sure that if we get something that's actually coming across as that.
So the Perilous, instead of using radio channels, this is where it might start sounding hypocritical against what he was just saying, because, well, you'll see what I mean. So let's see. We'll go to the Perilous. load the app. It's got Come on now. Come on now. What's going on, man? Oh, that's because it's on Bluetooth. You see? All right.
Stop. Scanning. Maximum threshold.
All right. So now what it's doing is it's reading the ambient temperature and environment and converting those readings into a saying or phrase. And what I like about this is there's not a whole lot of background noise to have to listen super, super close to, and hope that you're not hearing it because you want to hear it. So with this, when you do get answers, if it's relevant to me, well, I've had a lot of personal experiences, very good good and bad experiences, but it turned up evidence. So as far as I'm concerned, that was successful. Now get this, all right, man. This is what's crazy, and it's gonna be even crazier to you guys later once I explain what happened, because this should be going nuts right now. Even while I was out in the garage.
Relics.
All right. See it? Look. All right. I'm gonna show you what this just said. So just out of nowhere, it says relics. I have no idea. But it says relics in this house a lot. And I've been told that there's something from the Masonic days. Apparently somewhere on this house, in the house, in the ground or something when it was being built. Used from some kind of ancient material. Just said big. Hey, when you just turn that
All right.
loud, just said big.
All right. So I want to get into the spirit box now. So this, for all of you that there's a glare from our backlight there, but this is the SB7 spirit box, and we got this. I'm pretty sure off Ghost Stop. If you guys are interested in it,
Yep.
I think it was like $79. What did I say?
X.
Yeah. See, it's just spitting on random words. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So this is the SB7 spirit box, and usually coming out of the top right here, there would be a metal extendable antenna, and that is what would pick up on radio frequencies as you're sweeping the channels, right?
Rip that right out.
So I don't know if you guys can hear this too much. It is literally just sweeping through radio frequencies. And if you hear a voice come across, now since we removed the antenna, usually it's a spirit. And we've gotten some pretty noticeable answers back and stuff like that over the years with this device right here.
Yep.
But it wasn't until, a year or two ago, we realized that you can take the antenna out. So it was, for years and years, it was just, was that a spirit talking back to us? Or was that, us picking up on a random voice, through the radio stations as we were sweeping? So with this device, you can sweep forward through radio frequencies. You can sweep backwards. You can sweep AM, FM. You can change the sweep rate.
You can go back to the future.
Yeah, see, that thing's just spitting out random words. That's why I don't trust apps like that. It just what last word was axe. This word's map.
Well, I mean, what it says is that sometimes they need time to warm up to actually get a real reading of the atmosphere.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that because this device needs no time to warm up at all. Okay, so let's just see if we can get a response or something like that right here. If anybody is in this room with us right now,
Ghost.
All right,
Okay,
so
see,
that said
just
ghost,
said
just as
ghost.
I was saying, is anybody in this room with us right now? See, so, but I don't know. That's not enough for me. You know what I mean? All right.
Well, it's a
So
start.
the spirit that was in here making this device back here go off, all the fancy colors and stuff around the ring. The spirit that was making that go off, can you talk into this device right here, talking to this red dot in this device in my hand, and can you tell us your name?
Michael.
Michael. See, that just said Michael. See, this.
Okay.
I'd rather hear. I asked for a name. I'd rather hear a name come out of this than a name come out of that, because that is so much easily more manipulated.
It is. It is. It's manipulative.
This right here, though,
This
it
one
might
your
be. It
mother
might be.
swears by.
It might be a little bit harder for spirits to talk and actually get a response. But there are people like Ghost Adventures. They'll do hour or 2 sessions at a time and not get a single word, right?
Yep.
And then they'll move, say, just a different spot and try again for 10 minutes and get 5 responses, all by the same voice, same spirit. And
Sometimes
those
it'll
are
take 'em
real good answers.
That long, and they'll just get one voice, but it's meaningful.
Yep, it's like an actual response to what they're talking about, right?
Yeah.
So let's just try it one more time, and we'll give it 20 or so seconds here. If you are in this room with us right now, can you say one of our names? Can you give us a name? Can you say anything? Nothing. All right, so as I ask for a word here or whatever, his app says Edward, now it says he. See, it's just spitting out random words again, man. It's just spitting out random words
saying your
again.
mom likes it too cold in the basement. Y'all need to turn the heat up.
All right, so maybe sooner or later, if you guys want to see more stuff like this, and I mean, there are times where, like I said, you can go hours without getting a single voice, but I mean, there's so much equipment now that, and I mean that SB7's old. I mean, there's got to be better technology out there now and stuff like that for make it stuff easier for them to communicate through. But I mean, I don't even know where to go with this. I mean, it's hit and miss with all these different devices.
Yeah.
And
Okay. I'll at least go this far to say that, yeah, I do believe that they can communicate through these devices, just like they can communicate through the handheld audio recorder. It's all using electromagnetic. It's all using the environment.
Right.
It's just, we know we can trust that because we're recording it and we know what sounds are happening and what sounds really aren't.
Right.
The only other difference is we don't know if, we assume so, but we don't know if they're programming words and sentences and phrases and putting them on there, making that random, and then making a super ultra algorithm as to picking which words come and the time.
yeah.
No, I mean, and so that kind of makes it a little more, I don't know, maybe real sounding.
Right. All right. Let's get into one of the main topics of tonight's podcast.
This is why we are here.
And that's going to be the Devil's Chair at the Zak Bagans Haunted Museum in Las Vegas. I believe it's right on the strip or just off the strip. And this is a picture of what it looks like. You walk into the room, and this is on his guided tour in his museum. You walk into the room, and this little like trap door type thing swings open from out of the wall, and it plays actual audio from the exorcism that happened in that chair. And actually, we have an audio clip here, and down in the description below will be a link to this video. This is about a year ago, I'm pretty sure. Zak Bagans gave E.T., what does that stand for? Entertainment Tonight or something like that, right? A tour of his haunted mansion, and we're going to play the clip of this chair here. So I'm going to mute our mics, and we're going to give this a listen. Like I said, if you guys want to give this a view for your guys' self, this is going to be in the description down below.
Okay, so this is the room with the devil's rocking chair?
Now this is an artifact that witnessed an exorcism with Ed and Lorraine Warren. Now Ed and Lorraine Warren, they did many different cases, but this particular case had to do with David Glatzel, which is right over there.
Hold on, why are you walking back there?
Because we got to get close to the chair. Come on, let's go.
Dude.
You got to get close to the chair.
Zach, come on, man.
And I'm going to tell you, this chair,
All right, I'm actually going to walk you guys kind of what's going on right now.
the energy of those events.
Okay.
So right now he's got the door still closed.
Okay.
But when you have an object like this that witnesses a moment like this, an event, a biblical moment that has to do with real life demons, it absorbs the energy from that event. And so this devil's rocking chair had a lot to do.
Let's talk about this, I guess, as we're going along. So right there, he's saying how objects that are around in a significant event, I guess, can absorb the energy from that event going on, right?
Right.
So that's 100% truth. And Zak Bagans, for those of you that don't know, he's the lead investigator of the Ghost Adventures Crew travel channel, which is now Destination. Wait, what was it on? Paramount?
Paramount, yeah.
Paramount. No, Paramount Network. And he's been doing this for years and years and years, and is one of the most notable ghost investigators ever, right?
You know, when you see them arguing back together, you go first. No, you go. No, you're getting locked in there all night long. That one is
Let's go back to this.
This guy. This is little David Glatzel. David Glatzel was possessed by a demon. Ed and Lorraine Warren responded to this case. They tried helping out.
So right now he's talking about what happened
during the exorcism. This little boy was being assisted by this guy, Arnie Johnson. Arnie Johnson was David's sister's boyfriend. Arnie Johnson was looking at him like, "Come on, demon, come on, leave him alone. Possess me, you coward." He was provoking the demon. The demon left David, possessed Arnie Johnson. Arnie Johnson then committed a murder. This was the very first time where the defense used demonic possession as an excuse of why their client committed murder. Now, the chair is behind this door. This chair, the devil's rocking chair, during these exorcisms, only Lorraine Warren and David Glatzel would physically see the beast sitting in the chair.
That's crazy.
And in this book here, The Devil in Connecticut, this is all true accounts. This lists all the mentions of the devil's rocking chair during that whole case.
Okay, so let's explain to everyone. This was in the Perron house in Rhode Island.
No, the Perron family, that's a different case. That was in 1973.
Yes,
this was later in 1980. This is going to be inspiring The Conjuring 3 coming out in 2020.
Yeah.
Okay, so
All right, so let me give you guys backstory. This video, like I said, was about a year
all of
ago.
a sudden, where Ed and Lorraine Warren left off. The day that I bought the devil's rocking chair,
This right here.
Lorraine Warren died.
The day he bought that chair.
That's a coincidence. That's crazy. That's weird.
When you buy these things, like the devil's rocking chair,
Right.
who tells you about them, and how do you transport it safely?
They're very hard to find, but people now know through videos like this, the museum, that I collect these things.
Yeah.
Now, the guy that I had go pick up the devil's rocking chair, he's been working for me forever. He works on my security. And as he was delivering it, it's the very first time he's picked up everything in this museum. He had nightmares for several nights after picking up this chair.
turn that off.
Now, David Glatzel's brother, wrote a notarized letter because he kept the chair in his family. He signed it, notarized it, and he said that this chair during those exorcisms was seen levitating. It would disappear and reappear. It would rock violently back and forth. But he said that anybody that has ever tried to sit in the devil's rocking chair had severe back problems. Now one of his friends is still having trouble walking today and had to have surgery.
This chair has been seen doing so many weird things just because of the energy and stuff that it's picked up over the years.
People to come look at it because it's a cool museum. This is my life. To witness those powers.
Why are you going to sit in the chair, Zach?
Because I want to see if it's real. I want to see if it gives me back problems, you know? So I'm going to give it a try.
Oh, wow.
So right there, he reveals
This is
the
actual
chair.
audio from the exorcism. I got the actual tape with the chair. Nobody's ever heard this before. That's David Glatzel.
Get up! My God, get up! Let's call your house, man.
Not a shot. Not a
You
shot.
don't have to sit in it.
I don't even want to go near it.
I don't let anybody do this. Do you want to touch it?
No, I don't even want to go near it. This is
don't
You guys
ever
have
give
to watch
anybody
this video.
opportunity.
This is
But
funny.
wouldn't it be cool if you felt something?
No.
Don't win me.
This guy's hysterical over this.
He said, no, I don't care about your show. I'm out.
So right now, the audio you guys are hearing is audio from
You
the
can still see
actual
the oil
exorcism
stains
itself, which is
from
insane.
Ed Warren right here. That's holy oil.
This is crazy.
There's legit still stains on there from where they tried
This
dousing
is
him, like
David's
you just said, in
mother
holy oil.
that is posing with the chair.
Be careful, dude.
Yeah, so you got to remember though, these are actual religious statues
very
that
lovely.
Lorraine Warren gave the Glatzel family during the exorcisms. These are their rosaries from the exorcism.
And as you guys can see,
So let me
This,
just ask you, how long will you
this
sit
device
in
here
that
is going
chair?
off as well
And
as
who
we're
will be
playing this
around
audio.
you in case you need medical attention?
I don't know. I don't know how long I'll sit in it, but I want to give it
Insane.
a try. This is an addiction for me. It's like when I find an object like this and I can buy it and I own it, it's like I'm not owning just the object. I'm owning a part of history
Sorry that
in the
meme entered
paranormal
you and then
world.
disappeared.
I get that,
But I'm owning the curse.
that's what I'm saying. Is there concern that eventually this curse could catch up to you?
Yes, 100%.
Zach
There
just
is.
doesn't
I'm
care at
playing with
all.
fire.
No, not at all.
That's
You
what
are.
this is.
Yeah, you are.
And there are going to be a lot of skeptics out there that wonder how an object can have a curse to it. But you got to remember the testimony of
All right. So the reason I wanted to play this is because this area, the Zak Bagans Haunted Museum, is like high up there on the list for us to visit. Like coming up real soon, like 100% road trip over there. Turn the EVP on. I mean, I'm sorry. How long ago was that comment? We've been watching through OBS because there's lag and stuff here.
She might not be able to hear it.
We need to visit his mansion. I mean,
Oh,
if
yeah,
you're
hell
still
yeah, that's
watching,
exactly
you're talking about
Yeah.
you're talking about Zach's mansion there. Yes, 100%. We were just talking about that. We will be road tripping here real freaking soon.
Invited to a trip to one of the most haunted mansions in the U.S. Emmy Taylor, Just Jekyll, and the Apparition.
100% we'll be road tripping really soon out to Las Vegas. So actually, I have a article here. If I pull it up. So I wanted to go into more a little bit of in depth of, and if you guys watch this whole clip here, you guys will hear more about this. Pretty much what I'm gonna say. So there is this article here on paranormaldailynews.com, and his exhibit was forced to close due to the amount of paranormal activity that happened around this chair.
When they bought the place, wasn't that kind of, included in the deal?
And on top of just these artifacts being, hold on, I'm sorry. Where's the live chat? Plague watching right now. Where's the live chat? You just flew
Plague,
shit
what up,
over.
boys?
Plague, there should be live chat on there. We got people commenting right now. If you can You can find it there, man. I don't know. I'm not watching on YouTube. I'm watching through the streaming thing right now.
What's up, Toxic Plague?
But big shout out real quick to Toxic Plague Entertainment there. Anybody in the Juggalo community, ICP, whoop whoop, anybody in the family right now watching, go check out our boys.
What'd you say?
Family, whoop whoop.
Whoa, whoa.
Anybody watching right now that is in the Juggalo community, anything like that, dude, go give our boys Toxic Plague Entertainment mad love. They are straight 100% like the best Juggalo news YouTube channel out there right now, growing so fast. They're up over like 600 subscribers in like less than a month, which is insane. They're growing like crazy. They got merch out right now. They're our boys. We were just at a show with them not too long ago. We plan on another show here coming up real soon.
So smash this like button.
And then go over and smash their like button.
Smash their shit too.
100%, dude. They are our boys, man. 100%.
But then come back. No offense, guys.
All right, so let's get back into this.
Yeah, I mean, he has so many demons attached to him, right? But I mean, he asked for it, you know.
Yeah, Zak Bagans literally asks for this shit.
He'll say, "Oh, I'm not egging anything on" at the beginning, and then 20 minutes later, "You sick son of a bitch, come out and talk to me."
All right, so let's get into this rocking chair here, right? So it says that the exhibit was forced to close down, right? Plenty of paranormal activity went on during the exhibit. Power cord pulling itself in and out of the wall. A light focusing on the rocking chair. 5 tour guides crying uncontrollably. Woman in the first group fainting. The first group ever to go through and see this actual exhibit. She walked in the room and fainted right away. And actually, Zach talks about that in this video here. If you guys actually watch it. The chair is the focus point of the Conjuring 3, like he said, right?
Oh, God.
That's insane. This chair that he has on exhibit is literally the reason that the Conjuring 3 was made. That's insane.
So who wants to be the first one to sit and see what happens?
Let's talk a little bit more about the history of the chair here.
I'm good. I'll watch.
The Devil's Rocking Chair was purchased by Zak Bagans. There's a lot of history surrounding the chair dating back to the 1980s, case referred to as the Devil Made Me Do It case. Investigated by none other than Ed and Lorraine Warren, who he talks about in the video as well. Catholic priests attempted to rid the boy from the possession, but during the exorcism, the chair would levitate, start rocking by itself, disappear and reappear. Warren claimed to see the devil himself sitting in this chair. That's crazy. Several days after the exorcism, or several days of exorcism. This exorcism lasted days.
Oh, yeah. They can go on for weeks sometimes.
It is believed the demon jumped into Arn Cheyenne Johnson, the little boy's sister. Some months later, Arn would kill her landlord during an argument. So this chair is nothing to laugh about, smirk about, or take lightly. This chair is the 100% real deal.
So it makes me start to think they can't kill you, the host, but they can influence you.
Toxic
all
Plague
kinds of other
Entertainment.
crazy
Love
shit.
y'all. This shit fresh. Boys, we love you, man. For real, mad love to you guys. You guys are the reason that we actually went through and set all this up and are doing this podcast. You guys gave us that extra bit of motivation. Like I said, anybody watching right now that is in the Juggalo community, anything, go give those boys a like, follow right now. Find their comment just now down in the comment section. Go to their page and give them all the love in the
What I
world.
want you to do is I want you to record a video of yourself busting a Fago over your head and then send it to their email.
100%. Yeah, find them.
Be
They
like, play
on
me out your show, man.
they on Facebook. They on Instagram and stuff. DM them random videos you smash from Fagos, boys. Oh my God. They put out this Juggalo love post, right? And it's just a lot of people that are subscribed to their channel, dude. It's dope. They give nothing but love, man. They're all about family. It is just a great all-around channel. They're up to date on all the news Juggalo related, man. Boys, we love y'all for real. For real.
That's what I listen to for any kind of Juggalo news.
All right, let's get back to
Other
this
than
case really
anything
quick.
Posse themselves, you know.
There was an actual book written about this case, right? The Devil in Connecticut, 1983. There was a book. There's also a movie in the making. That's The Conjuring 3. All right.
That was the haunting in Connecticut.
Visit at your own peril. There's a literal warning about going and seeing this exhibit.
All right.
Okay, let's see what this says. While I certainly understand people's fascination with the paranormal, I would not be visiting the chair myself. If such items are not protected properly, it could certainly lead to problems. Lorraine Warren is no longer here, so one does not have to ask why Zach thought it would be a good idea to display this creepy chair without any help from someone. This is insane. And there are, like, real risks, I guess, with going and seeing something like this. I mean, stuff could attach to you and follow you home, and that stuff happens all the time. You go do an investigation somewhere, right? And for weeks following that, you have an entity following you around, literally haunting you. Like it's insane.
Dreams.
All right, let's move on to. I have another little news thing here. This was actually put out by Inside Edition, and this is just more kind of creepy than anything. And this is the kind of thing I want to get into. Like, I want to just go out and investigate random places. And it'd be cool if you find something like this. More than likely, you're not going to. I mean, this is probably like a one in a million type thing, right? So this is on Inside Edition, like I said. A pair of ghost hunting YouTubers looking for paranormal activity found something unexpected near an abandoned hotel in the United Kingdom. So this isn't even in the United States. Says it even caught them off guard.
And today will be the last time we hear about it.
A skull that appeared to be human. Literally finding a human skull while investigating an abandoned hotel. Think about that. We go investigate somewhere and you find something like a skull. That's crazy.
You know, when I gotta dispose of my overstock of skulls, I used to go to the local motel.
That is insane. So I just wanted to bring that up really quick because, like, how crazy would that be to go out and, like, you know, go hunting somewhere and we have that device is going off again. That's insane. That's crazy. I just want to say, because that'd be insane to go investigating somewhere, right, and find something kind of crazy like that. I mean, people find stuff like old artifacts, stuff like that all the time, and you find ghost hunters go and investigate old hotels, stuff, find like old coins, stuff like that, and those could be used as trigger objects.
Oh, somebody that lit up quite bright. Hello. No, that was your side.
Those things could be like total 100% like trigger objects and stuff like that, right?
Oh yeah.
So, and just like the chair is technically, I guess, could be considered a trigger object, right?
Yeah.
I mean, in a way.
Yo.
In a way, right?
This thing's lighting it up behind me.
Let's get us to do some ghost hunting. Let's get it. There's a ton of spots up here. Yo, 100% Toxic Plague Entertainment. 100% down for a little road trip over to your guys' neck of the woods, man. And I mean, a weekend trip.
Hell yeah.
Couple different places.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bring all of our equipment and stuff. I mean, boys.
Hang on. Let me talk to my agent for a second. Hold up.
Yeah, we free.
No, what?
I'm free.
No, fuck that, man. I'm not going to. Man, shut up. Yeah, we got it. We're good.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Where was I going with this, man? I lost my train of thought. I'm so hyped about Toxic Plague Entertainment and us doing a little collab right now.
You see, Toxic Plague, they get in your head.
Bro, what was I talking about? I seriously lost my train of thought.
Finding
trigger objects.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this chair, right, with all the stuff that's attached to it, that's basically what a trigger object is. Or something that the spirit would remember from the time they were alive. Like a lot of like places out west and stuff, they'll use old time revolvers or coins or poker chips, right? Stuff like that, because that's what those spirits were doing when they were alive. They were gambling, you know, toting around guns everywhere, shootings all the time, right? And I mean, Ghost Adventures, the main
somehow it was actually their stuff,
right? The Ghost Adventures is like the main like focus of all this. Like they do this stuff all the time. They use these practices all the time. Right. If there's a haunting with like a little girl or something like that, right? They'll use like a bear or a ball. Yep. Speaking of which, actually, there are there are so many different pieces of equipment you can buy now. If you guys go on Ghost Stop, and maybe I'll link this down below. They have so many different pieces of equipment now, and they actually got this thing. I think it's called a Boo Bear or a Bear Buddy, Boo Buddy, something like that.
Boo Bear.
It is a little stuffed teddy bear with basically kind of like one of these inside, a REM pod inside, right? And is a dope little piece of equipment. And if you're investigating a place known for like children, it's supposed to, be something those children should be able to identify with. And as soon as they go up and grab it, you can physically see the bear light up, letting you know that something is around it touching it. And that is the next piece of equipment I plan on buying. I think that'd be dope. I mean, it's just a little light up ghost hunting teddy bear. It's dope looking.
Come here, kitty, 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 kitties.
Exactly. Motherfucking house crazy. Let's set it up ASAP. Toxic Plague. 100%. Boys, I will get a hold of you right after we're done with this live stream.
Oh, you mean we're going to Emmy's to check out her place?
Emmy, is that what you mean? Go to your place and check out your place? Comment.
Oh, you're talking about my house crazy. No, she's talking about this house, I guarantee.
Back from the mic a little bit.
Don't worry, the story about my house is not over
Jesse.
yet.
Back up from the mic. All right. Yo, Kyle, 100% appreciate you, buddy. Getting us subscribers. Back up from the mic a little bit. Turn up the gain slightly to compensate. Does that sound okay? Yeah, sounds fine. Coming through the mics. Yo. Yep, 100%. All right. Appreciate you, Kyle. All right. Let's see here if I can remember the hotkeys.
Ew, hotkeys.
Ooh. Bam. That place right there.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this. 1 week from tonight, 8 o'clock-ish, depending on, quality of internet and stuff there, we will be at that place. Right there. That place right there. That is the Red Coach Inn in Niagara Falls, New York. And we touched on this last week during our live stream. And we will be 100% in the Victoria Suite a week from today. Investigating. And we're going to do a live podcast. We're going to have equipment set up as we're live to maybe catch something as we're live, which would be awesome because instead of just catching this or trying a spirit box, we'll hopefully have more equipment set up. Maybe we'll figure out how to set up the SLS Connect camera in a way that they can see it, and maybe we angle it somewhere.
Right.
Something like that.
I mean, that's kind of the point is, we already believe, but we want to make everyone else understand why they should be believers. So let's do the live thing.
Let's
if it's live, we can't fake shit. You know what I'm saying?
I want to talk a little bit more, I guess, about the Red Coach Inn here. So the Red Coach Inn, as I said, Niagara Falls, New York. Let's just read the description here. This is on Haunted History Trail / explore the Red Coach Inn. The Red Coach Inn, a Niagara Falls, New York, USA historic hotel and B&B.
Whoops.
Nice, Jesse. Opened the doors for business August 30th, 1923. So it's almost 100 years old. 2 years short of 100 years old? Right?
Yeah.
Am I reading that right?
Yeah.
Gained hosterly. Listen, this place, honeymoon capital of the world, right? Niagara Falls. And this is literally one of the first hotels to go up during that peak period, right? Of being the honeymoon capital.
Okay.
Situated near the center of town, overlooking the Upper Rapids, the inn is an imposing structure, 3 1/2 stories high. 3 1/2. All right. 3 1/2 stories high, built in the architectural style of Old English Tudor period. The owners, William Scopclough?
Shelkoff.
Yes, that's a really weird name. And Charles Peabody.
Gentlemen.
Spared no expense in recreating an atmosphere and style of the Bell Inn in Finneddon, England. Finneddon? Yeah.
Finneddon.
History says the Old Bell was granted a license during the reign of a Saxon king Harold and Queen Editha, who often rested there when stag hunting. All right, so it's basically it's basically styled after a place in England, right? And you guys can see kind of there's like a night photo right there for you guys.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
The Red Coach Inn is home to a few ghosts, including the bride and groom, right? So let's talk about that. In the Victoria Suite, I'm pretty sure actually if I can pull up the thing here. No, I can't. Okay. the Victoria Suite is where the most famous of the paranormal thing happened, right? And the bride and groom on their honeymoon, it was the first night of their honeymoon. The groom murdered his new wife, brutally murdered, and then took his own life, which I actually didn't read about in the last thing, but this right here says he took his own life, and I guess that is true, which is insane. But most people talk about how they see her right in the halls. They hear her talking. She is the most notable ghost inside of the Red Coach Inn, which, like I said, I want to get her so bad. I want to get her voice.
Yeah.
Something. I mean, what's your main goal, I guess, of going to the Red Coach Inn? Like, what is your number one priority of trying to?
I mean, yeah, of course, I would love to hear something from her. What would, I think, blow me away a little bit more would be if we got his voice in any capacity, saying anything.
Just because he's so, like, a lot of people don't really talk about getting him, I guess. Is that why?
Yeah.
Because she's the most noticeable. She's the most noticeable one.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean, maybe he wouldn't have held on to that hotel so much because he only killed her there. So she would hang on to it a little bit more because
Just because of how
she
tragic it was?
killed there.
So let's go into this real quick. You can ask the staff about ghost stories or experiences that they have had for yourself. Guests of the historic hotel have reported seeing jewelry, which is perfect. Okay, so like I said, I brought up earlier, trigger objects, jewelry. Bring a necklace or two, or maybe a ring.
Of those, don't we?
Yeah, bring a ring or something, and maybe set that up on like an X camera, and see if we can get that moving or something. Watch your elbow. Don't block that.
Man.
No, seriously, don't block that.
I'm not blocking it, man. God damn.
No, calm down. All right, so ghosts have reported seeing jewelry move across dressers, hear music playing in the middle of the night, which I'm assuming like they would have played like on their honeymoon night or something like that, right? Maybe?
What year?
This was in the early 1990s.
1923.
Early 1990s.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling.
Something like that. The sound of people walking and dancing above them when they're already on the top floor.
Well, yeah.
So that just must mean they like hear things in the room.
Dancing on the ceiling, man.
Isn't that a song? Isn't there a song or something like that about that?
Is it?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Is that why I made the joke? Oh, it is.
Is it really? Okay, I'm slow.
Sometimes he's not.
I'm slow, man. I'm slow.
He's young. It's all right.
All right, so let's talk about what to bring. Trigger object wise would be jewelry and stuff, right? Definitely gonna bring what we refer to and what like Ghost Adventures refers to as X cams.
Yeah, just cameras.
Cameras focused on certain parts. Like there would be a camera focused on jewelry, a camera focused on the SLS Connect camera. Which for those of you that don't know, you want to talk about that because I'm most excited to use the SLS.
So the SLS, I believe, is one of the most important inventions in recent history. We started to explain it last episode. It uses the same tracking system, in fact, the same whole body and everything of the Xbox Connect. And all it does the entire time is it can see, and if it sees something that looks like a human figure, then it maps out with dots where those key points are. And
it basically makes a stick
tells
figure.
that it's looking at a person.
So for anybody that's played like Xbox 360 back in the day, played like the Move games or whatever, and you had to go into the setup screen, it's basically that, except there's added software on to help it pick up on apparition type figures.
I mean, it's modified, yeah.
And man, I'm pretty sure on my old iPad in the other room, or maybe it's on my Snapchat memory, something like that. I can grab it off. I did an investigation probably a year and a half ago for one of my Facebook friends, and I have amazing amazing footage of the SLS Connect camera.
Yeah.
It is
I think I know
Send me the
exactly who you're talking about.
because I'm gonna watch it. I mean, you talking about the link for the video I'm talking about right now?
I believe I have that on the computer. What's her name?
Jenna.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. It is literally us in her living room, and I believe, if I remember correctly, it was her grandma. I haven't watched this footage in a while, but I know I have it. I'm pretty sure it's her grandma, and she reaches out her hand and stuff like that, and her grandma grabs her hand and stuff as we're talking to her grandma. So it's a pretty amazing piece of little machinery and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. So I'm excited to use that. So let's get to OBS here. Let's show right there. Bam. Main staircase. And if you guys can see, that's kind of hard to see.
Whoa, this is that where we're going?
Yes. This apparently was a photo taken by a stayer. What, I'm having a blonde moment here. A resident or whatever.
resident?
Yeah, somebody that stayed at the hotel.
Customer.
This right here was a picture taken by somebody that stayed at the hotel, and it shows what appears to be maybe. Man,
Well,
is that a head up top there?
That's a person.
Is
That's
that
a
what you see
person.
there?
All right, I see kind of like curly hair. Here, let me see.
You can't zoom in or anything on it.
No, I don't need to. Yes.
No, it doesn't show that, Jesse.
Curly hair right there. Oh, it doesn't
No.
show on the show. All right. So she's.
It looks like she's wearing like a black dress or something, right?
It's
Is
like
that a girl?
Curly blonde hair. It looks like there's some white nun type thing going around her neck and down, and then the rest of it is like a black robe.
That is very. Man, it's really hard to tell if that can easily be faked. It's not something you can see through. That is a solid figure.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
So that is something that can easily be faked. But this, you look up the Red Coach Inn haunting and stuff like that. This is one of the first kind of pictures that pop up with it. So man, I don't know if this was featured in the TV show. Actually, Where We're Going was featured on an episode of Celebrity Ghost Stories. I'm pretty sure is what it was called.
Yeah. It's funny that
The Haunting of Bernie Kopel, Celebrity Ghost Stories.
It's funny that I bring up. She's got a black dress on, and all I did last episode was complain that why are they always in white? How come every time it's
You did talk
it's a
about
woman
that.
in white?
100%.
I am proven wrong.
Let's get into right here. Bam. Okay, so actually, I really quick am going to move a little bit. This right here is the living room. This is one of the only pictures I could actually find of the Victoria Suite.
Okay.
This is the living room of the Victoria Suite that we will be staying in a week from today. So it is very old.
Together.
We can be sleeping with me investigating.
Don't touch me, man.
This is so old timey. Feel like, look at that. Look at that
yeah.
furniture.
Yeah.
Like, it definitely has not kept up with the times. They definitely have gone out of their way to keep this, kind of the same way it was back in the day. That furniture is so old. Now, I am so excited to go investigate here.
Hell yeah.
Is that like a coffee table or whatever out in the back? In the back of the room right there with the lamp in the middle?
Actually,
thing?
that's probably a dinner table. Because chances are the room's probably only big enough for two people.
Well, no, it's a whole. There's like 3 or 4 rooms in this suite. It is like a whole like thing.
I stand corrected.
It is a very big room. Very big room. So let's move that back down there. All right. Bam. Let's get back to this. All right. So that's about all I have to talk about on this podcast. We kind of covered all the topics I want to talk about. Let me check my notes real quick.
Yeah, well, I got one I could fill some time with if you need.
Go ahead. We'll spin ideas.
So,
Jesus Christ.
we talked before about how I've been possessed, how Andrew's been possessed, how, well, we didn't bring it up, but my wife got possessed in this house briefly, but it happened by my grandmother or whoever, I don't even know. I think it's disguised as my grandmother, not because my grandmother was such a great person because she was not a very loving person at all. And, but we still think that it's something imitating her a bit darker. So anyway, I'm pretty sure I explained how this happened to me in the Gowanda house where my eyes turned blue. Right? I talked about that, right?
You talked about the Gowanda house.
Right. And my eyes turning blue, and that's when your mom knew that something was wrong, that it wasn't me.
Pretty sure.
Okay.
I can't really remember what we talked about last week.
Okay, so to repeat, we had just come home, and it was over something so stupid, valid what she was pissed about, but she was just so angry and not purposely taking it out on me, but just at the end of her rope, furious. And all of a sudden, my eyes turn blue again. I'm an Italian. I'm a full-blooded Italian. These eyes don't get blue. They might get red. They might get white with swirls in it. They might look like dragons sometimes,
Contacts.
but I don't get no blue eyes. So
You're just touching bases on like what you're trying to talk about, like what spirits can do to you, how they can manipulate certain things or whatever.
me.
Well, yeah, but I mean, this goes for anybody. They can do things like this to a lot of different people. Yeah, I mean, there are reports of like them literally changing people's voices when they're like possessed and stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh, just wait. So a few days before, also, your mom had told me I need to. You know, it's funny because I've been wanting to tell the show about this ever since episode number 1,
Which was last week.
when you started. When we both started talking about all the history and
Put your hand off the mic.
all the possessions and shit, you made me lose my.
Started talking about all the possessions and stuff.
Yeah.
Man, we are so good at this podcast thing.
No, dude, no. There's a point. All right. Oh. So that night, talking about the past and all the possessions that had happened in the past, talking about it in this house, in this room, not to mention with our virtual portals themselves. Because, I mean, you know, when you use devices like this, you are opening a etherical portal, and you're inviting them to come and talk to you. Well,
100%. So when you use certain items stuff like that, and you're opening yourself up to whatever comes along with that, which is a lot of times why people like pray and stuff before.
Yeah.
We got this lighting up
guess
back
what?
here again too.
We're gonna start doing that because I'm not going through what happened
Multiple
last
possessions
night
and
again.
stuff. Right, 100%.
Yeah.
All right, hey, really quick, I want to try giving a call to a surprise guest really quick.
Oh.
If he answers, he answers.
Come on.
If not, not. It is what it is. See if he answers here.
Hello.
Yo, what is
Hello?
up, Mr. Plague?
You.
All right, live on the podcast right now, we got our boys from Toxic Plague Entertainment. Really quick,
I can't
man.
even hear you.
What? Come on, man. You can't hear me?
Hello, can you hear us now?
I mean, I can interact with the screen, I guess, because
It's
I'm
very
watching
loud.
you.
All right,
Would you like me to sign it to you?
all right.
I mean, I can interact with the screen, I guess, because I'm watching you.
All right, yeah. So just listen to us off the screen, I guess, and talk to us on the podcast. It is very loud in the background over there, my man.
Yeah. Yo,
Oh, I can
turn
hear
your
ourselves
speakers
talking. Yeah,
down.
turn your
Come on.
speakers down,
Are
man.
you new to radio? Are you new to this? Come on,
Okay.
turn them speakers down, brother.
Real quick, man. I want you to. Oh, what the hell?
Oh no, he did not just hang up.
This dude just hung up.
No, you did not just hang up.
Man, that's okay.
It's all right. That it's.
So
We still gotta figure this stuff out, you know.
Toxic Plague Entertainment, man. Really quick in the comments, man. I want you to drop some. Oh wait, he
Oh
he tried to
man, call
call.
him back.
Hello? Can you hear us now, my man?
Hello.
This is a total podcast streaming fail.
Hello.
What's up?
What the fuck is going on?
Can you
Bruh,
hear
it's
us
on
now?
you, man. We had somebody
No,
live here
it's
last
done.
week. We had somebody live on the podcast last week. Worked perfectly fine.
Yeah, and even yesterday, I could hear the other person perfectly fine, but they couldn't hear shit.
Really? Wait, yesterday?
Yeah, like on my phone.
Oh, just personally or whatever? Not through something like this?
But as soon as I leave the property, everything's fine.
All right, well, TPE, man, if you guys are still watching, man, I want you to comment in the comment section right now, yo. Some places maybe out that way. That way maybe we can do a little bit of research and stuff like that. Maybe a place you got in mind to investigate, because 100% we're down. Not this upcoming Friday because we have a investigation already planned, but maybe in 2 weeks from now, right? 2 weeks from today.
100% down.
Take a road trip out that way. You guys,
Let's
Jesus,
go
what
see
is it?
them
White
boys.
White Plains or something like that. You guys are out that way, I'm pretty sure.
Hey, man, if we're going to drive to Detroit to see ICP, we can go a couple hours to go see TPE and talk to some ghosts. I mean, come on.
100%. I want your boys to comment down below or even message me, I guess. Text message me. Some different places. That way we can do some research, I guess. Places out that way, actually. Why don't we look this up right now? Jesse, go ahead and talk really quick.
So anyway, wow. Do you not, is that what they're seeing?
No. They're seeing.
You see that?
Jesus.
Anyway, it's cause what I'm talking about. So, sorry. Last week, bringing up the stories.
Plague.
Yeah, what up?
You hear me better now?
Yeah, I couldn't hear you on that. Whatever number you called from, like it wouldn't pick up your guys' audio, so I'd have to listen to the TV and it'd be delayed as a motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
And then it would repeat twice.
Oh, yeah, with that playback. All right, boys. Well,
Yeah.
real quick, yo, Toxic, if you could tell me the audio is coming through good or not. Well, I've never held up the phone. I want to make sure there's no, like, feedback or anything coming through the mic as we're talking.
Yeah, he's running out there right now. We in the back room. So
All right, man.
Out there and see right now.
I want you got any places out there in mind? You guys are in, what, Great Plains or something like that, right?
No, dude, we're up by like Lake George and shit. All right, he said it's
Oh.
coming in good.
All right.
But like, so we're probably like maybe like 3.5 hours from you guys, but like
That's not bad.
There's
Oh,
like
yeah.
a fucking abandoned ghost town around here that's like an hour and a half. There's
What?
a haunted hospital. There's a haunted hospital in Lansingburg. There's a shit ton of places, dude. There's an asylum out here. There's fucking
Yes.
If you're from New York, you know what Albany is.
Yep.
In Albany, there's like a cemetery where a statue's supposed to bleed after a certain time out of its eyes and shit like that. I've never been to any of these places, but like I've had tons of people like tell me that like they seen it or whatever. So there's countless options. And then you got all the fucking places in different states. Like there's an abandoned water park that's supposed to be haunted. That's fucking over in Massachusetts. So there's multiple places that we all can get together and just go to.
100% down
Hell yeah,
for
man.
a
I'm
week.
definitely- I'm
A week
definitely
from
down.
next week.
I
2
was
weeks.
trying to do the whole paranormal shit, but it never came through with me. So if you're doing it, might as well hop in and see what the fuck you guys got.
Hell yeah, man. And we're not doing this for like the subscribers that are, even if we stay small or whatever, we're doing this just to prove to whoever tunes into our shit, man, to prove that there is something out there. Because a lot of people are still skeptical about this stuff. You know what I mean? Even with all the evidence and stuff that's out there, we're just out here to prove this shit's real, you know?
Yeah. hell
And if
yeah,
that
man.
means
I'm
we
down
bring
for
y'all
it.
along for the ride, then 100% we will set something up for 2 weeks from today. Come out there and we'll do a weekend exploration type, you know, multiple places in a day, investigate, gather as much evidence as we can. Road trips, man, I'm so down, 100%.
Man, like,
Hell yeah, dude. Let's do it. I'm fucking down. Anytime I can fucking hang out with you and Jesse's fucking dope for me, man.
Oh, yeah, man.
That's what I'm talking
Yo.
about.
It's cool.
We appreciate y'all so much for real, man. Like I said earlier in the stream, dude, you guys are the reason we got that extra kick in the ass to start up this podcast, regardless how big we get, man. You know, just doing this shit. You guys are the reason that we started this
Hell
stuff
yeah,
up, man.
That's fresh, dude. We're gonna do a video tonight. We'll fucking shout it out on there because you know a ton of people that subscribe to our shit. You know, they obviously fucking like everybody fucking likes ghost shit and like horror related stuff. So I'll fucking shout it out and I'll see what the fuck we can do to get you guys because we want you guys big because obviously you guys are doing. I haven't seen many paranormal podcasts, so I mean this is fresh.
No, dude, it's kind of like not a whole lot of people are like 100% down to do this stuff just because of the like controversy that it can bring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a very controversial type of subject.
Dude, I'm down. Just get at me after your show. I'm watching it right now. Get at me after, and we'll set it up, and we'll fucking figure out the places to go to. I'll do a little research. You do a little research, and we'll go from there.
100% down, man. Yo, I appreciate y'all. I will hit y'all up after this show is over.
All right, man. Have a good fucking night. Get at us after the show, man.
Hell yeah, man. We'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Whoop, whoop. Those are our boys at TPE, Toxic Plague Entertainment, boy. Toxic and Plague, they are some real ones, 100%.
And that's what we call them, family. Family.
So it sounds like we're going to have at least, man, we really haven't planned ahead of too much stuff we got going on here. We have next week for sure. And now it sounds like 2 weeks from today, we will, man, we're going to have to bring everything out there. All the equipment, podcast stuff, 100%. Yo, it's going to be so dope. Our boys at TPE, yo, that thing keeps on going off, man.
Right.
Every now and then that we talk about like some sort of event, that thing goes off.
Yeah.
Like it goes off literally every time we bring up some sort of like event that we
Yeah.
want to do. That's crazy.
Spinning.
So our boys TPE, we're gonna set something up with them, and that'll probably be 2 weeks from today. We'll do a live podcast over there at their place, and who knows, maybe even get on their show a little bit. Man, they are growing so fast. Though. I think they've been doing this for like a month and a half. They're already up over like 600 subscribers. And like I said, man, earlier, if you guys are into anything Juggalo or whatever, go give them a follow, a like, subscribe. You know, man, grow their channel. They're doing giveaways constantly.
Shit, man.
They giving nothing back but love, man.
They're giving that Juggalo love.
Man, I'm excited to go out there. There's so many different places. He said, what, haunted asylum, graveyard, a statue that bleeds. That'd be insane to get, man.
Yeah,
And this is the type of thing, man. This is why we got night vision cameras and stuff, right? Man, do stuff constantly at nighttime, right? So we can probably not live stream, but I mean, we'll be able to record and at least make like an episode out of it.
I mean,
Live stream audio, yeah. But video wise, we'd end up recording the video and putting out like a episode style thing about the weekend.
We could do a Facebook Live episode.
We could totally do a Facebook Live episode. Actually, right now in the top left corner, if you guys aren't following us on Facebook, go find us on Facebook. If you guys are watching this, obviously you're watching on YouTube, so you guys already know our YouTube. But yeah, right up there. Go give our Facebook a follow. We send out notifications every time. We're about to go live on YouTube every Friday, 8 o'clock ish. Today we started at like 8:30 just because technical difficulties. But, man, I'm excited. We got so much stuff coming up, man. Hopefully this channel just keeps growing and growing and growing. And anybody that tuned in tonight, man, we got so much love for you guys. I appreciate it so much. Any kind of support, man. We're just starting out. And I mean, dude, hold on, let me look at this. We had a total of 26 play. I think last week when we were live, we had like 4. Our whole thing, man. That's so many more. Dude, we got 7 likes on this video so far. Dude, I think we have 7 likes on our last video over the course of a week. Over the course of a week, dude. So anybody that tuned in, man, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all so much. Actually, because I got the idea from my boys at TPE, some kind of merch, man. I'm talking to a boy working in the mall. It does like designs, shit like that. My boy Kyle is supposed to come up with a design for me. So and I kind of want to do like two kind of hands coming out, right? You know what I mean? Apparition Paranormal.
Yeah,
I think it'd be
right
dope.
at the chest area.
Yeah, it'd be dope. But as far as me and you or whatever, I actually surprised. It'll probably in the next 2 weeks or so. Actually, hopefully by the time we go out and visit our boys TPE, black hoodies, right? Yeah. Apparition Paranormal Podcast in the corner, our names on the side, and then hopefully our logo big in the back. So kind of like basic on the front and stuff, right? Yeah. That was before he called us. But like, We're gonna be trying to come up with merch here soon for anybody that wants that shit. You know, paranormal merch or whatever. It's kind of like a big thing, even though a lot of people don't really fuck with paranormal shit. Like spooky shit is popular all the fucking time. You know what I mean? Especially like Halloween shit.
You know, there's 400 ghost hunting shows, and
and like you said, nobody's really doing a
making them,
podcast
so
though.
obviously, it's popular.
100%. So, go ahead.
So, well, I want to get back to the last episode. We got into some pretty serious stuff. We turned equipment on, and we got some activity and shit.
We've been getting activity all night through this thing.
Yeah. And I started noticing it in your mother, like almost the day after. Her mannerisms started to change, and I mean, we've been together for 11 years. I know when something's off with her. I mean, she was a weirdo to begin with, but that's why I love her. But I mean, it's just like, you know, when you're with someone that long, you know when something's off with them.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm not an idiot. I knew what was most likely going on, but I wasn't speaking it out loud in the house.
So you were just thinking about what was going on, right? Like taking mental notes of the different changes.
Right, and there's a reason for that too, because when you speak it out loud, it's different than just thinking it in your head.
Yeah, well, you know, the speaking out loud, you intend to actually speak it into fruition more, right? Is that kind of what you're getting at?
Exactly.
So like you like start to notice this stuff subtly, but the more like you actually say it out loud or whatever, bam, it becomes that much more noticeable and more live. You know what I mean?
More real.
Yep, 100%.
So
what you're talking about.
Mom had no idea what you and I talked about on that first show. And for the next 2 days...
My own mother doesn't watch our podcast. That's awesome.
Oh, no, she won't watch it.
Dope.
I barely watch our podcast. No.
I'm probably a total of 5 views on our last episode. Not gonna lie. That's cool, though.
It's fun to watch when you're the shit, you know? I mean...
We try.
Anyway, so she was just making a bunch of comments, and I just kept it quiet, because we're here. You know, it's like I don't want to feed it any more energy than it's already got.
Right.
Just more and more, I'm just watching her decline, and I'm going, I don't want to have to deal with this, but it's going to happen. It's coming up. Lo and behold, it was either last night or tonight. It doesn't matter on if it's, you know, exact day that it happens. But, well, it was a full moon. New moon. Okay?
All right.
It's so stupid because so I was in the garage helping a guy fix my car, and she was outside just waiting for me to get done bullshitting with him, and she was outside sitting in the car, and we're talking, and my phone dies. So I think everything's fine. And then finally, because she hadn't come back in to say hi or, you know, I have to make a bathroom break or anything, you know, it's like, all right, man, I got to get going. Obviously, she wants to get going home. All right. I get into the car and finally get to turn my phone on. And there's all these angry messages saying, you know, I'm leaving in 5 minutes. I'm so bored. I'm freaking cold. I'm just going to walk home. Guess you made your choice. She didn't mean it the way that all sounds or the way that read either. But to me, see, this is the thing. Like, we were both kind of at a weak point mentally, and that's when it strikes. So I took it as she was mad at me for doing for not knowing to go, even though, you know, she wants to go for walks. Like, that's been part of her exercise thing. She wants to go on walks. And she also had to walk off some pent-up anger. Well, that's fine. But now in my head, I'm going, you know, I didn't do anything. Oh, my God, this is ridiculous. So I get in the car and I fly around the streets looking for her. Finally, I find her. And she gets in just with this sour look. this "you son of a bitch" look on her face, you know, and I just asked her, I'm like, "What the hell's going on?" And she goes, "Nothing." I go, "Bullshit, nothing. Just tell me what's going on." And we basically end up screaming at the top of our lungs next to each other. Now, this is where I kind of lose control of. I kind of lose willpower. I lose because Mr. Leadfoot I become. I was doing 120 around the suburbs here in North Tonawanda. Street lights, what are those? Stop signs, those aren't there. I'm flying, and we're screaming back and forth. And I mean, it was a stupid argument, ridiculous. But we all know where this is leading.
No, we don't. No, we really
Well,
don't.
no, maybe you
We're
don't.
kind of rambling.
Maybe you don't. Leads us right back here.
To the house.
Yeah.
All right. Well, obviously, you have to come home sooner or later.
When it intensifies on a level that it was even kind of scaring me. Let's see. I don't know if you can see.
No.
There, Mark. Yeah, right there. Right there. Okay. We're going at it. She scratched me. I threw a couple things. Yelling at the top of our lungs. Saying call the cops. But she heard a different voice come out of me. She saw my brown eyes turn blue. Right then she knew she wasn't dealing with me anymore. And thank God that she had enough sense to tell me, well, first of all, she noticed my eyes flash from blue back to brown. And she knew I was back for at least that moment. And all I remember is hearing, "You need to go burn some sage and read some Bible verses right now."
And okay, so you're talking about what we talked about at the beginning of the podcast, the paranormal thing that happened to you this week. Okay. Yeah, so I want to add in on this too. Yeah, because I came in home pretty late-ish last night, right? And I come home and the house just reeks of sage.
Oh, yeah.
And anybody that knows what sage smells like, it like burns your nostrils when you're like right on top of it.
I love it.
Okay, so this is where I came in. All right, continue.
Yeah.
My bad.
Also, the bumper missing off of the car could have been a good indication that something went down too.
Yeah, there's no more bumper on the front of your car.
Oh, it is now. I put it back on.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
it wasn't on there earlier.
I know. It's like it's a Honda Civic. It's like a Snap-on car. You know, it's like a toy car. But yeah, it was crazy. And so as soon as she told me, "Jesse, you better get that sage and use the word of God." Now look, I'm not a religious person. That's just not me. I'm spiritual, but I'm not grounded to one religion or the other.
Right.
But I grabbed that sage, I lit that bitch up, and I didn't even have to think about the phrases that were coming out of my mouth. I now know what it means when they say the Holy Spirit speaks through you. I know what that feeling is now. And don't worry, you know, I'm not becoming, you know, one of those crazy people who are gonna preach.
No, you're one of those crazy people.
Exactly. I mean, you know, I got bloody dragon eyes or whatever. But I started walking around to every window, every doorway, and I told him, you know, only white light and good energy are allowed in this house. If you are not alive, you must go. In the name of Jesus Christ, I cover this entire house with a dome of light.
Right.
And no other negative energy was allowed in this house. And I claimed it in the name of Jesus Christ. And you could feel it.
Just kind of like up and leave.
Oh, my God.
Right. And they talk about literally you feel like a weight left off your shoulders. They talk about that all the time when they talk about stuff like this. So
No,
that's kinda what you're
an
talking about.
important part of this is taking the sage and going from the bottom up the door frame, over and down the door frame, and the same thing with all the windows and all the entrances.
Right. So you're talking about saging mostly areas where you think the spirits come in and out of, right?
To
Their
be
doorways.
safe, I'm doing the whole house, every doorway, every window.
Yeah, I mean, when I came home last night, the whole house smelled of sage.
Yeah.
Whole house.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was bad. I hate that smell.
I want to kind of say it felt like a vacuum cleaner on low from the other side of the window or door outside. I mean, like a million of them, just on very low.
Right.
If you were to imagine what they would feel like sucking air away from you.
Right.
I don't know. That's the only way I could think of to explain it right now. And as soon as I felt that, your mom goes, Jess, do you feel that? She goes, it's gone.
Right. So you could literally just feel it up and leave.
Yeah.
All right.
It was intense.
I want to maybe, because the more and more we talk about this kind of thing, that device just keeps lighting up. Literally every time we talk about like a major kind of event or whatever that's like happening, that thing lights up. So really quick, we're coming down to the end of the show here. I want to maybe ask a few questions, maybe get some evidence towards the end of the show. You know what I mean? Instead of just like going on and off. If there's anything in this room right now that's been listening to us, whatever's been making this device light up the whole night on and off, can you make it light up right now? Just to prove that, you know, this is actually going on. Come on. Nah, nothing. All right, I'm gonna.
Which brings us to rule number 1. They never perform on time. They never perform because you told them to.
Yeah.
For some reason, they just don't like to be bossed around.
What? I want to maybe do a little bit of a spirit box thing here, too. The spirit box is going to be harder to hear. Actually, you know what? I don't know. You know what? 100%, dude. This is an aux cable. Really quick. Hey, unplug that aux cable right there. And plug this one in.
Waiting for Bluetooth connecting.
Yep. Unplug that right there. Not your headphones, idiot.
You're an idiot.
Plug that in right there.
You're an idiot.
I want to see if this works. We might be onto something.
I can't see, man. Oh, there it is.
Yo. All right, hold on. Anybody?
All right.
This is dope, dude. We could do it like this. Okay. Anybody live stream or on our live stream right now? Can you guys comment and let me know if you guys can hear this? The radio sweeps right now. Dude, we might be onto something. Like, we might be able to do this like the whole podcast. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, there was something. You hear that?
Yeah.
There was something right there. My hand is tingling. Sound like a female trying to come through? Or is that just...
No, I'd say it's radio signal on that one.
I heard it again. Hear that? Is that a... No, that might be interference.
Yeah.
Some sort of interference.
The same exact sound over and over and over. Probably a random song that...
Here's the thing, though. They shouldn't be picking up random songs.
Hello?
Because we got rid of that antenna. Anybody in this room right now, can you come in and say something to us, please? Can you come in and speak into this little red dot right here in this device I have in my hand? We'll be able to hear your voice. Yeah, that's some kind of interference. It's got to be something from being plugged in, because I didn't hear that when I was doing it through the speaker. Alright, maybe we'll just turn that down, kind of put it in the back as we close the show. If something comes through, we'll hear it. I don't have long enough nails to do that kick.
Are you not liking when we're bringing up crazy experiences that have been occurring in this house.
Sweep rate. We'll change the sweep rate one more time and just see what happens. All right, so let's just keep this running in the background. If we hear something, we'll talk about it. What are you most looking forward to coming up from now to the end of the month? What are you most looking forward to?
Well, Toxic Plague I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to working with those boys.
100%. I'm down with that 100%. I'm so excited to take a road trip out there to them and see what we can conjure up together.
And you know what?
Do a little bit of a collaboration type thing.
The more of us together, the more collective energy we have for who or whatever's there to feed off of.
Right, 100%. And man, they talked about a hospital, a cemetery, all that crap. Man, I am 100% so down, so excited to go out there. And I've never been out that way before. I mean, I've been in New York City, but like I've never been out. They said Lake George area. I've never been to Lake George, so I'm excited to head out that way and see what kind of paranormal hotspots are out that way. And like you said, he's gonna do some research. I'm gonna do some research here, and we'll come up with 5 or 6 different places to hit up over the course of 3 days. Let's go out there.
Then you don't have to look at just our ugly mugs the whole time. You can look at theirs too.
Yeah, that toxic dude, he's real ugly. If he's watching, man, I love you, man. Whoop whoop.
You fucking ugly motherfucker. I love you though, man.
Just playing around, man. All right, let's bring this down. We're not capturing anything. But I feel like that'd be a dope thing. We can do live. I never even thought about that.
Yeah.
We could do live spirit box sessions if like activity really ramps up or whatever. You know, and maybe, you know, every podcast do a 10-15 minute spirit box session, you know, spirit box session time. I can come up with like a logo thing or whatever, put it up in the background.
Because I can't stress
Spirit
enough
box.
to the viewers out there.
Spirit box time. Fuck yeah. Dope. I'm with it.
I can't express
have ideas
enough out there to people seeing these shows, seeing this show, and thinking, "Ooh, I'm gonna do it at home. It's gonna be fun." It can be, but it can also get very dark, very quickly.
You never
And when
know
it
what
does
you're gonna conjure up, really, I guess is what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
You never know what you're gonna run across. You could run across an old family member. You could run across some sort of demonic spirit.
Imitating it, pretending to be that relative.
Yes,
to
that
get
happens
you
quite a
to,
bit
you
too.
know what I mean?
Yep. And one thing, everybody's different on this subject, but like Ouija boards and stuff, right? I promised my grandfather. I promised my grandfather before he passed away I would never touch a Ouija board a day in my life, and still haven't touched one. But there's so many different things that you can conjure up with just a Ouija board that is opening literally.
You ain't bringing a Ouija board in my house. We could do
No,
it somewhere else.
I'm not doing Ouija boards. I'm not doing Ouija boards. I made that promise.
Toxic Plague are gonna play with. They're gonna be our Andrew.
Absolutely not.
They're
I ain't
gonna
gonna
be our
make
Andrew,
those
like,
boys. I ain't gonna
Ghost
make those
Adventures.
boys do that.
Hey, yo, Toxic, get in there with a Ouija board. I'm gonna lock the door behind you. You be all right.
Literally, Toxic looks like Aaron too. We could throw Toxic in there. He'd be our Aaron, man. 100%. But we're gonna bring this podcast to a close here. Been live for an hour and a half, man. And like I said, anybody that's come in and watched our show tonight, I appreciate it. We have like over quadruple the amount of views live that we even had last week. I think we had a total of 4 viewers tune in last week live, and that was our first episode. So we're growing a little bit steady and slowly.
That's all right. That's all right.
And
you know what happens to people who get famous overnight? They die of overdoses. You know, the shit goes bad quickly.
That ain't happening. But I want to show love to everybody that tuned in, man. Anybody that's watching this on the playback, not when it's live, man. Every Friday, 8 o'clock-ish. 8 o'clock-ish.
Yeah.
We're live usually. Join us next Friday, 8 o'clock-ish. We're going to be live at the Red Coach Inn, Niagara Falls, New York.
The Red Coach Inn.
Paranormal podcast, paranormal investigation, man. I'm 100% so excited for that. And then a week after that, we will be around Lake George area with our boys, TPE, Toxic Plague Entertainment, man. Like maybe we can do a live stream Friday nightish and then go out and investigate, but
Sure.
that'll be like a live stream on Friday-ish, and then investigating and recording that and putting out an actual video, kind of like what we're
Oh
gonna
hell
do
yeah! I want
this
to
upcoming
interview
Friday.
Toxic Plague. You know, I want to get some insider information before their show goes live on Monday. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah! All right, boys. We are out. I am the Apparition Man, and I appreciate y'all joining us.
The apparition about to go poof. Whoop whoop.